how are those nerves holding up to all the Indian fans? Because there was a point in this innings when we thought that Australia could go way past 300, but India pulled things back very well and restricted Australia to 264. They've gotten them all out with 3 balls to spare. Steven Smith getting 73, leading from the front for Australia. Shami's bowled beautifully, gotten 3 wickets. Varun Chakravarti got 2. Jadeja got 2. We're back at Cricbuzz Live and we have 3 smiling faces here, which we will first applaud with because we have all got the prediction game right, gentlemen. Yeah. Well done to all 3.
I'm very upset with Zampa. Sorry. Very upset with Zampa. All you had to do was knock 2 runs, man, and then get out.
That's problem with you. Be satisfied with what you have.
Yeah.
You
have to aim for more, PP. Only then will you get somewhere.
Then you will not ever be happy.
But today we are aiming for today we are not aiming for anything more than an India win. But Australia should have aimed for much more. Do you think? Will they be unhappy with this target?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought they were in a great position to get more than 300. So Australia should be disappointed. And the way inning progression, they got a very good start, though they lost a couple of wickets. Then the partnership, but I thought they were losing wicket at the regular intervals, and they were losing wickets in bunches. So when Maxwell got out just over before Steve Smith had got out, so I thought they were in a great position to get 300, 320, and they lost a plot a bit.
You think they didn't flourish very well at the end because they lost too many wickets, Kartik?
They had nothing to do because the partnership between Alex Carey and Steve Smith, they looked at ease. They made things very easy for Steve Smith, who was manoeuvring the ball from one end, and Alex Carey, he just came in. It was a stroke-filled innings on a track like that against a good quality spin attack. He was just hitting balls at will, inside out, sweep, cut, drive, everything. So at that stage, for somebody like Steve Smith to have a brain fade, run down the track and get out, you had 13 overs left.
Yes.
So definitely they'll feel that they've been shortchanged here because they were surely headed towards 300, if not more.
But 264, Parthiv, it could be a tricky target, under pressure. We saw Rohit in the beginning, his body language he was upset, he was aggressive, he was not really happy with how the fielders were. And then later, towards the last 6-7 overs, we could see him smiling back again. So he'll be happy going back into that dressing room.
Yeah, that's what happens when 2 quality sides are playing. There will always be counter punches. And I thought Australia started really well. They were very much in control, but India fought back. And that's something, Rohit's experience. He also spoke about that yesterday in his press conference, that there will be a lot of nervy moments. There will be moments where one of the team would be ahead. And this time around, I thought Australia was very much in ahead till 35th over. But then India pulled back things. That is what you want. When you have won big tournaments, there is self-belief, couple of good overs, and then you can make a comeback. And that's exactly what Indian team has done. Having said that, 264, it's not a small total.
Yes.
We are just talking about Indian bowling, but at this point of time, Australia would be very, very disappointed. And like the Pakistani captain Mohammed Rizwan says, that momentum is now with Indian team right now. Momentum is the word, and that is with Indian team right now.
Well, the momentum is with the Indian team right now is also because of the way Mohammed Shami led from the very beginning. His first spell, there were 13 dot balls in his first spell. The third spell, of course, the very crucial wicket of Steve Smith. But Kartik, we have a look at his 4 spells here. The last one, a little more expensive. It was the death overs, but otherwise just so economical.
You have to expect that from a top quality bowler, isn't it? He's your numero uno seamer. We missed him in Australia. Thank God that he's here against Australia in the Champions Trophy semi-final. And he's just a quality operator. And one of the key things with Shami is that we know his quality. But what he has also done is his end-over bowling. His T20 bowling has improved by leaps and bounds. There was a time where he cut his average by half in T20. And he has learned from that. When he operates in the middle overs, he knows what to do. Skill is always there in the hand. And that first spell which you're talking about, he could have had head a few times.
Yes.
He could have cut the head quite a few times, which didn't happen. But look, you have to expect that from him. If he has an off day, that's where the aberration happens.
but also very well used by Rohit considering he's coming off an injury. So gave him those short spells, short bursts, which worked perfectly for him.
Yeah, that's how Rohit has used him throughout the tournament. So first spell is usually around 4 overs, then he makes a comeback, bowled couple of overs, then a 2-3 overs, depending upon how that spell is going. If he has got a wicket in first over, then you might just see 3 overs, otherwise 2 overs and 3 at the end. So I think that's a kind of formula you want. And especially when you have only one frontline bowler, you have to use them how Rohit has used. The second spell, you see there is 1 over. I thought he had came for that spell just to see whether ball's reversing or not. As soon as Rohit thought that ball's not reversing, he pulled it back and he got spinners again. And then he got Adam Zampa with that bit of a reverse swing. But I thought Mohammad Shami is someone who knows how to take wickets. And over last couple of years, every time India wanted a wicket in middle overs, it was either Mohammad Shami or Jasprit Bumrah. World Cup semi-final where Kane Williamson was going all over the park. That's when Mohammad Shami came in and broke that partnership, took 2 wickets in 2 balls. Here also, it was very, very crucial wicket of Steve Smith. So he has done a great job for India. I thought he was the main wicket taker. That's the reason why India could pull things back.
Well, he was that main wicket taker who pulled things back for India. But if we have a look at the spinners, all of them did equally very well. Kartik, we have a look at it here. Pretty much everyone's economy is similar. The dot balls are similar. Chakravarti getting 2, Aksar getting 1, Jadeja getting 2. Who impressed you the most amongst the lot?
I would say Ravindra Jadeja to start off. I know the crucial wicket of Travis Head was picked up by Varun Chakravarti. But the way Ravindra Jadeja came and throttled the opposition, I think it was very good to see him. Look, he's been given a different sort of a responsibility. Normally it was Ravindra Jadeja, which every captain turned to. Now with Akshay Patel being there in the side, they asked Ravindra Jadeja to bowl at a later stage. And just the way he came and stifled the opposition, picking up wickets. Look, Josh Inglis is a good player. You have to give it to the way he bowled. He doesn't give away too much. And again, we spoke about that in the com box too. He's electric in the field. So all in all, great performance. Varun Chakravarti too, you have to give it to him. Again, getting a crucial wicket because at that stage, everybody was thinking, oh no, not again, head again. And then he gets him. So yeah, really well done. The other spinners didn't get wickets, but having said that, you are looking at these two, Varun and Ravindra Jadeja today, and they bowled really well.
We spoke about it in the com box, Parthiv, that Kuldeep came in the 6th over, and then, of course, we saw Varun come in a little later. Kartik said it was a perfect move, but were you surprised to see Kuldeep coming in like the 6th over?
I mean, that's how Rohit Sharma captains the side. There is no pattern in his captaincy. Usually when you see a lot of captains, you know that 8th over will be bowled by a spinner and there will be a certain spinner. There will be only 4 over spell from certain fast bowler. But Rohit Sharma understands the situation really well. He is a master of thinking on his feet. He understands the flow of the game. Though there were a couple of batters were going in an attacking mode, so he had to bring in an attacking spinner. That your both attacking spinners are Varun Chakravarti and Kuldeep Yadav, and that is the reason why he brought in Kuldeep Yadav. Yeah, he didn't get a wicket, but it was a very good move. That was actually the mindset of Rohit Sharma, where he was thinking wicket, and that's why he brought in his main wicket taker bowler in power play.
And well, Kartik, there was continuous spin, if we see, from the 8th over to the 21st over, and then from the 23rd over to the 34th over. So just non-stop spin. We could see Rohit wanting to go for those wickets.
And you don't have any other option when you look at the composition or the construct of that bowling lineup. You've got 2 seamers who are going to be used early on, and then you know that one of them could be brought in the middle as well. But you've got 4 spinners. 4 spinners were. People will say there are 2 left-arm spinners, 3 left-arm spinners, but all 3 are different. All 3 are different. One is a left-arm leggy. You've got Ravindra Jadeja, who's a lot more conventional, and Akshay Patel, who's round-arm and different. So you have to bowl them. It's how you use them, who you use, and when you use them. That's the question. So 40 overs of spin, your hands are tied as a captain sometimes.
Well, someone's hands who are not tied at all. We spoke about those hands and those wrists. The reason Rohit was looking for those wickets is Steve Smith. We have to give it to Professor Kartik, because he called it day before yesterday. He said he's going to be the player to watch out for. And he said not Head, but Steve Smith. Parthiv, he's only played 4 fours, but just look at those singles, 37 singles in the innings.
He looked in control right from the beginning. I thought the one which he used feet against Akshar Patel, where he hit one over mid-on, I think that is something, it shows the confidence of the batter. When you know that you can go down the wicket and play against the spin, when you talk about Akshar Patel, he doesn't spin that much, but you still have to take that risk.
With the spin.
Yeah, it's with the angle, but you still have to, be brave about that situation. You have to still be sure of your footwork, and that's what Steve Smith was doing. And there are a couple of sixes which he hit straight. He was not trying to hit ball that hard. He was just timing the ball, and that's when he bats at his best. And that's the reason why we are saying if he had not gotten out at that point of time, India would have been chasing in around 320.
Serious brain fade moment.
Yes, you said that, and you also said how he and Kane Williamson come from that similar mold. We've seen it. We spoke about it in the combox. We were chatting about it earlier as well. But what is it about him and against spin? Is it just him dancing down the track and it's his footwork that makes him stand out?
I think you look at any good batter against spin, they pick it quite quickly from the hand. And I think that's a key. That's the first win for a batter. If you don't pick it early, then you're picking it from the surface, which is too late. And the second thing is the kind of shots that you have against spin. How nimble-footed are you? How quick-footed are you? Can you rock back? Even if you're defeated, do you have other shots to play? And we see that with both Kane and Steve Smith. Even if they're not to the pitch of the ball, they're defeated in flight, they will chip you. They won't try and overhit you or lose their shape, unlike many other batters who can be either first gear or overdrive. They've got all the gears, and then using the depth, using the other shots, it's just picking early. And I think that's where the key lies.
And is it picking off the hand mostly that Steve Smith does?
Picking from the hand is important. I think that's where the England batters struggle, because if you don't pick that googly, more often than not, you would play against the spin. But if you look at from Steve Smith, he could pick Varun Chakravarti's googly or Kuldeep Yadav's googly. So he was going with this spin. So there were a lot of percentage cricket involved in Steve Smith's whenever he was trying to take singles. And plus, it is not about just hitting boundaries. It is not just about hitting sixes. It is about rotating the strike. And if you're not picking from the hand, it becomes very difficult. And that's where the hard hands comes into play. That's where you don't allow ball to come to you. That's why you see a lot of gap in between, or you see batter playing away from the body. So that's when you get anxious. But if you picked him from the hand, then you are more in control.
You look at seamers. Seamers, if somebody is 150 plus, he could be 149, 153, 154. Spinners can be from 72 to 90. So you have to pick the pace from the hand. And that starts right here. You see so many bowlers who have quick arm action and the ball will come out slowly and with a lot of spin. There are certain bowlers who will bowl with the same arm action and the ball will come out at the same speed. So picking, if you don't pick it from the hand, right arm leg spinner, off spinner, and what he's trying to do, you are late. Then you are actually trying to make do. You're trying to adjust post that. And that's why quality players of spin pick it straight from the hand. Sachin Tendulkar was a master at it. If you did something different, he would say, you did that, didn't you? Do it again. That was the mastery. That is what you say, peeking from the hand.
Well, there's someone who gave him able support on the other end, was Alex Carey. We've been going on talking about how Australia should have gotten to 320, but if it wasn't for that partnership between Steve Smith and Alex Carey, they probably wouldn't even have reached 265. So credit where it's due.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at that strike rate, 107. We are talking about difficult wicket. We are talking about pitches slightly on a slower side. It's difficult to hit boundaries. Here's someone who's batted 57 balls and hit 8 fours and 1 6. And again, the shots which he's played, we have seen Alex Carey in Test cricket in India, where most of the times he has overused his sweep and reverse sweep. But here, I thought his selection of shots was spot on. Going over the cover or trying to play a sweep shot or a reverse sweep. I thought he was right on top of his game today. Though even he got out before 3 overs were left, so that's a difference of 20 runs. But he's also someone who's making a comeback into one day side, because he was dropped. Then English had come into the playing 11. Now he batted really well in Sri Lanka. Alex Carey got 100. So English also scored 100 in Test cricket. But since you've got runs in Test cricket against spin, that's why you are more in control, and that's what Alex Carey looked like today.
Izzy is also making a habit of this. He did this against England, where he came and got those very crucial runs in that record chase, and he's come back and done it out today again.
Yeah, and absolutely. And this is something which we spoke in the combox, and me and Parthiv were speaking outside in the green room, that you look at the way he can play, that's the potential, compared to that performance has not been what you want. If you're a follower of Alex Carey or if you're an admirer of Alex Carey, and even Australia. And that's possibly one of the reasons, after being given a long rope, he missed out. And that's where Josh Inglis came. Now, in this new avatar, just as a batter, I think he's been brilliant. Everybody who knows the game, or everybody who's watched him play, will be frustrated that why isn't Alex Carey getting runs? It's good to see him getting runs.
And he gives it an impression of he's playing in that mold of Michael Hussey and Michael Bevan. Both of the players were good maneuver of the balls. They would rotate strike, and at the end they have power game with them also. And so I think that's why I feel that he's in that mold of Hussey and Michael.
And his shot selection was brilliant. Just as Parthiv rightly said, there were times when he overused that sweep, and that sweep which is fine, not the big hit in front. Today he slog swept the right deliveries. He played inside out to the right deliveries, and just the way he played everywhere or around the field or around the dial was just shot selection was superb. He looked completely in control. Nobody would have said that he actually was set in the dressing room when he walked out.
Yes, it looked like he was looking at what Steve Smith was doing. But the only thing that didn't go Australia's way is they had 350-plus partnerships, but they couldn't really convert this into any kind of a big partnership. Parthiv, and how important is that in ODI cricket? We see the partnerships here, 350-plus partnerships, then those 30-plus partnerships, but no big one.
Yeah, so one-day cricket is not about just six hitting or boundary hitting. It is about rotating strike. It is about someone getting set. So he has to get the 130, 140 kind of a score. That's where you get to what 320, 330. We saw what Ben Duckett did. He scored a 165. England got to 351, and Josh Inglis scored an outstanding 130. They could chase that score. So you need someone to stay there and build on the little partnerships. Here I thought, Steve Smith, obviously, Candy has said a lot of times, and I would agree that it was a brain-fed moment. There were 13 overs left when he tried to play that shot of Mohammed Shami. So you have to understand that situation. There are little moments there are in the game which you have to win. In Test cricket, we talk about sessions. In one-day cricket, there are phases of 3 overs, 4 overs. You brought in your main bowler to get a wicket. So that's when you have to be really smart about the situation. Okay, I don't need 8 runs of this over. Even if I score 4 or 5 runs, but if I don't give wicket to that bowler, that's when the opposition captain comes under pressure. And that's where I thought Steve Smith made a huge mistake today.
Well, Ravindra, Jadeja has said that this new fresh pitch is better than the one they played on earlier. And he said that Australia probably has fallen short by a few runs. What did you all make of the pitch today?
Yeah, absolutely. He's spot on in his analysis and his summation of the wicket. It was not a 320 wicket, but definitely I'm pretty sure where Australia were and the way we thought maybe they get to 175 in the 35th, they got to 186. And after that, with the number of wickets and with 2 set batters, if you fall short and you only end up getting another 86 plus 64, another 80 runs in the next 13 overs. And I think that's a criminal waste of all the resources that you had. Pretty sure they're feeling short by at least 40 runs, if not more. That's what.
Well, like India, Australia have also gone ahead with a spinner-packed side because they saw what India did in their last game. Parthiv, what are they going to learn from India? Is it going to be spin all the way? Will we see spin in the power play?
We might see spin in power play depending upon the kind of start these Indian batters are getting to. And obviously in first inning, it wasn't under lights, but ball was still swinging. So under light, it might just swing a bit. So Dwarshish comes in handy with a left arm in swinger. But if that doesn't happen, we will see spinner coming in quite early. But yeah, power play is going to be very important. So runs are not easy to score in middle overs. So that's when Rohit Sharma will be a very, very crucial player in this first 10 overs, because with the kind of tempo which he plays in, and if he sees through that power play, I think India will be in a good position to chase down this target.
And also the spinners are different. You have to remember that our spinners are extremely deadly accurate. Kuldeep is extremely accurate. We've seen the new version of Varun Chakravarti. They hardly give anything. So you have to fabricate or manufacture shots. The 2 left-arm spinners don't give you anything anyways. So over there, you've got 2 leg spinners. Tanveer Sangha is under pressure because he's coming in, and that too against India, and he's a leg spinner. So it'll be interesting how accurate they are. Zampa obviously is wicket to wicket. Zampa has got a great record against Virat, Kohli. So that's a matchup to watch out for. How many overs of Maxwell and
Cooper Conley as well.
Cooper Conley, and even for that matter, Travis Head, does the captain think of? But the two leg spinners, how they go and how accurate they are, that'll be interesting to see.
Well, it's been a spinner-led attack, not only for India, but it's going to be for Australia as well. There was a slight unfortunate news that came in last night. One of Mumbai's legendary left-arm spinners, Padmakar Shivalkar, unfortunately passed away at 84 yesterday. He's just been a monumental name for Mumbai cricket. Kartik, have you spent some time with him? Have you interacted with him at all?
Yeah, absolutely. I think growing up, it was a name I was very familiar with. And thankfully, I was coached by the greatest of them all, which was Bishan Singh Bedi. And you had always heard stories of how, because of Bishan Paji, the others couldn't get a chance. People like Paddy Sir and Rajinder Goel. And I had the good fortune of meeting both, knowing both. And Paddy Sir, for me, was also my chairman of selectors when I was playing under 19, India under 19. So he was my chairman of selectors. I've had a lot of chats with regards to bowling. Yes, he was past, he was not playing, but even when he bowled, I think you knew why he was so special. Just look at that record, the number of fifers he has, the number of 10-wicket hauls, 13 10-wicket hauls. That's serious. That's serious number of wickets. And that too, at an average of under 20. That is just phenomenal. Man of very few words, Saiyami. Very fit, very fit. Kept himself in top shape. And
I think
very
he came
nicely.
back after retirement when he was 47 and came back and started playing when he was 47.
Yeah, that's why I said he's exceptionally fit, man of very few words, and those words were impactful words. Always had good words to say. I don't think I've ever seen a negative bone in him. A lovely human being. May God give a lot of strength to his family, and more than anything else, heartfelt condolences, and may his soul rest in peace and attain Sadgati.
Yes. Parthiv, have you interacted with him?
I've had a couple of chats with him. Growing up, obviously, I've played a lot of cricket in Mumbai. So, you bump into a lot of former Mumbai players. And he used to be very constant on Azad Maidan and Cross Maidan, where I've had few chats with him. And Katibai rightly said that he was very positive, always encouraging to young players. And when you talk about Paddy Sir, it's like, there are only 2 or 3 players who unfortunately could not represent India. So his name was right up there with other names than Rajinder Goel.
Two left-arm spinners, yeah.
So Rajinder Goel sir was my under-19 chairman when I played for India. But these are the 2 names which comes up, straight in your mind, that it was very unfortunate that they could not play for India.
Well, really unfortunate news that came in last night, but like you all can see how fondly everyone talks of him and what impact he had to Mumbai cricket, and of course so many youngsters that he must have influenced in such a big way. So we will always remember him very fondly. Coming back to today's game, India have things filled up on their hands. 265 is what... I'm sorry, 265 is what India has to chase. Like Parthiv, you were chatting about how it can be a tricky score, but how should India get into looking at this? There is Rohit, who everyone wants him to come and perform big. So maybe fingers crossed, today is the day.
I think the new template which Rohit has said, he's going to come out all guns blazing.
Yes.
And maybe he'll try to take on the likes of Nathan Ellis. If he bangs it in short, Dwacious, if he gets some movement, it'll be interesting to see. But you want, again, my man, Shubman Gill, to carry his bat at one end. Shubman Gill at one end.
And for India's chances, not to allowing spinners to settle, Shreyas here has to get runs.
Yes.
He plays really well against spinners. He always attacks the spinner. He doesn't allow them to settle down.
Change your batting lineup?
No, I don't think so. Who you will set?
No, I'm saying
Shreyas at 3 and Virat at 4. No, that's not going to happen.
No, because Zampa.
Yes.
Against Zampa, Virat's number is great.
Good, 105.
He's
average also is good.
Average is
he gets
56.
Yeah.
He's won him 5 times so far.
Yeah, but it's a proper matchup.
Yes.
So if I'm
throwing
Virat,
spanner in the works for.
But if I am Virat, I'm thinking, okay, I'm hitting you for a strike rate of 107. I'm averaging 56. Yes, you've got me out, but that score was after I scored 100.
I'm joking.
Yeah, come on. I'm a Virat Kohli fan. I can't take that like that.
But you all have spoken about just changing around batting orders and how you'd like to see Shreyas play. There's just a name I'd like to talk about, because KL Rahul is someone who's just shuffled around so many times. He did everything he could at number 5 in the World Cup in 23. He was averaging almost 75, and then he's been pushed to number 6. PP, how much of a difference does it make when you're playing at 5 and 6, especially for a batter like KL Rahul?
So I think for someone like KL Rahul, 4 and 5 doesn't make that much of difference. But when you start going down 6 and 7, those are very difficult situations. That's where you have to start your inning according to what other players have done before you. You have to see whether it's 100 for 4 or you have to see whether it's 220 for 4. So that's when you have to start. Your innings tempo will never be same. That only openers or number 3 has that luxury. But once you go down 5, 6, it won't be there. So that is the reason why I think it is not easy for any 5, 6 or 7 number batter. We've always been saying with KL Rahul, he'll always have to be ready because there could be a left-hander coming in, there could be a left-arm spinner bowling, so a left-hander will go ahead of him. So it is not easy to just keep shuffling your batting order, but he's done a decent job. He's averaging around 15 one-day cricket, but that's his. Probably the team management is thinking that someone like KL Rahul can adjust to that, and that is the reason why that responsibility has been given to him.
But when you look at him, and we have seen him over the years, he's somebody who takes his time.
Yeah.
So all the more the reason that 4 and 5 is better for him.
Definitely.
And it's interesting when you look at his numbers at number 5, the average is very similar to 4, but that strike rate is pretty high.
Yes.
And more 100, and the sample size is also not small. It's 31 innings, averaging around 57, that strike rate close to 100. 950s, 200s. So I'm actually surprised that they've pushed him down. I can imagine a left-right combination, but you can't push him too far below because he takes his time.
Yes.
He's a wonderful player to watch. Once he gets going, it's just again very flawless, very easy to easy on the eye, easy to watch. So I'm actually a bit surprised that they have pushed him to that spot where sometimes numbers don't lie.
Yes.
You're not looking at numbers coldly. But sometimes to get the best out of a batter, you want to put him in the spot where he is comfortable and where he is going to be productive for you.
Well, we've been talking about his strike rate, and he said that he wants to strike from ball number 1. This is what he had to say. Whatever the team thinks is the best possible combination, an entry point for a player, you leave it up to them. I've moved from number 5 to number 6 and sometimes number 7. I realized that I need to have the skill to go in and be able to hit 6s from ball 1. That's the need of the hour.
Yeah, that's exactly what you have to do. At number 5, you start your inning differently. At number 6 and 7, you start your inning differently. And that's what he understands, that there could be a day where he'll have to probably play only 2 overs.
But is it needed of him? That's my question. Because you've got people like Ravindra, Jadeja, Akshay Patel and Hardik Pandya, all capable of hitting sixes from the word go, whereas KL Rahul...
Is it just the left-right? Is it that the only...
It is just a left-right. There's nothing beyond that. And I've always said that if India wants to play KL Rahul at number 6, instead of him, they should play Rishabh Pant, if you want to play. KL Rahul, till number 5, he has done a great job in past year and a half. But if you want to play a wicketkeeper at number 6, then Rishabh Pant is a man.
Okay, so before we wrap quickly, do you all agree with Gautam Gambhir's theory of Akshay Patel before KL Rahul?
I don't mind it, but I don't want KL Rahul too deep.
Go down.
I can understand there are times where you want to send Akshay Patel because of the left-right combination and also numbers of Akshay and the way he carries on. But the thing is, you've seen KL Rahul do it as well. So if you're, as PP rightly pointed out, you've got somebody, you've given him the gloves. Somebody like Rishabh Pant is being kept out.
Yes.
But if you want to use him there, you're not getting the best of KL Rahul. That's why I said that you want to put a batter in a position or a bowler in a position where he's going to be productive. Not hampering or harming your cause. So I feel KL Rahul at number 4, number 5, if that's the best spot, why not? And then you can have the others around him. All
right, PP, why don't you become number 1 and go for the guessing game, because we've all won.
Yes.
So you go first.
Saying 51.
51 in the power play.
I was thinking same, so I'll go 56.
But you can stay where, like 56. I said that day.
I'll go 56.
51, 56.
Conservative 5.6 in 10.
Yeah, I wanted to go in the same space, so I'm going to say 53. I don't mind if all of us win again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we
51,
want.
53.
Symbiotic relationship
Yeah.
is the best relationship.
Yeah, so we play as a team here in the English studio.
Wait. There's something which is coming. What kind of relationship?
Symbiotic relationship.
Okay.
We'll continue the English classes in the green room. Parthiv Patel, Murali Kartik, Professor Murali Kartik will continue the English classes. We will be giving you all the updates, the 15 over point, the Cricbuzz combo. So don't forget to join us. Thank you so much for watching.